that the sort of role you enjoy playing?
I had a lovely time doing that. I got hit in the face with the egg beater at the end of that. I remember we had words afterwards. I turned it on myself and I blew all over my face.
Can you remind us of the characters that you evolved over the years, like Clementine and Edie and the Chicago lady? How did they evolve? How did they come from?
Pipe dreams, mostly. You know, laying awake at night wondering what you're going to have to do next time. You know, what can you come up with that's going to be, you know, startling. You just follow one path. You know, most of the stuff that I get comes just before I'm about to fall asleep. And then again, I have a lot of help. I have a lot of people that I've worked with for 15 years. And if I say something, if I say mermaid to them, they will say to me, wheelchair. You know, so each one throws. Yeah. I had a mermaid who was in a wheelchair. She was in a wheelchair, of course, because she was a mermaid, and she had this fish tail, and of course she couldn't walk. She needed some form of transportation, so. But all my people throw things in, throw ideas out, and we pick from the best.
When you were touring, as you did, you toured Europe, and you find any countries particularly difficult?
Australia, I had a fabulous time. Australia is a wonderful place to be for anyone. I mean, it's just great. You can't imagine. It's a country as big as the United States, and there are 13 million people in it. There's no one there. There's nobody there. There's just these endless vistas. You know, you can go for 500 miles and never see a soul. It's spectacular.
And they're earthy audiences, aren't they?
They're very earthy. They're the most vulgar. They're the most, and they're wonderful, and they love all that stuff, and you really do have to be on your toes with them because they're very sharp. And they have like this whole language of their own that you know, you have to be there for a while in order to pick up on it. The biggest laugh I ever got in my whole life. I got two big laughs I've gotten big laughs. But this was the biggest laugh I ever got in my whole life. And it was because I said one word on the Australian stage, and they had never heard that word said on the stage before. And they just did not know what to do. Now I know the question that's next on your mind. My lips fussy.
Thank heaven. Thank heaven. Pretty shocking even for Australia. It was.
Well, I thought it was hysterical. I like language. I mean, I don't know a lot about it. I haven't made a big study of it, but I do like people I like the English language because it's pretty flexible, and I like people who really can speak it. And the Australians have really twisted it and turned it around.
Yeah. Yes, they have. They're wonderful ways of describing things.
Fabulous. Yeah.
But do you miss the old singing? Do you miss getting up on the stage and belting it out?
I really do. I miss the music. I don't miss recording, but I really do miss the music, and I sing as much as I can during the day. I sing to my girl, you know, endlessly. She hasn't really indicated to me what kind of music she prefers, but I do love to sing. I love to sing. I love phrasing. I love finding new pieces of material. I really do miss it.
So you might go back and make records again?
I think I'd like to stick to musical films.
The kind of thing that Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers used to do, or Carousel or Oklahoma?
More like that, Carousel, Oklahoma, like that. Burst into song musicals with great scores, great songs, and terrific dancing, that sort of thing.
Good to see you in Oklahoma.
I could play Ado Annie. What was the
I'm just a girl who...
Oh, that was right.
Yeah.
I could sing that. The first show I ever did was Showboat, and that was a beautiful score. And I got thrown out of that show. That was sad. I almost wasn't in the theater because I got thrown out of that show. It was a great disappointment to me.
Why'd you get thrown?
Well, I had a little part in the chorus, and I was always trying to figure out how could I just suddenly be fabulous in this scene. How could I just sort of let everyone watch me in this scene? I have to think of something that will make everyone love me in this scene. And it was a scene where I had nothing to do. So I had a girlfriend, and she was she was very tall and very, very beautiful, and I was, of course, very small and sort of full-chested. And she was thinking too, and I had a wig. I was wearing a wig. My big thing was I got to wear the wig in the scene. So it was the big scene where Captain Andy sees his daughter Nola, who he hasn't seen in 100 years, and it's this big reconciliation scene, and it happens to be New Year's Eve. And I, of course, was in the chorus. I was the background, and I decided this was really a scene about me. So I had the wig, and it was New Year's Eve, and so I decided I would be drunk and I would throw the wig off. So I threw the wig off, and you know what's interesting is that I had no idea that this was the scene where Captain Andy recognized his long-lost daughter. This is this is where I was in those days. I had no idea that it was a big reconciliation. I thought it was a New Year's, I thought it was a party. So I was playing a drunk, and in the middle of the scene, just as he reaches for his daughter, I went, Chip! And the wig fell down over this eye, and the whole audience went, and I'll never forget, the stage manager was this enormous Chinese woman. We were in Honolulu. It was a huge, very racially mixed, and this Chinese woman came after me, screaming at me in Chinese that I had completely ruined the scene. And that day and that night, I was fired.
Can we have another quick look at one of your achievements? In fact, your latest movie, which has been as well received as Ruthless People. This one's called Outrageous Fortune.
Taxi! If Michael is anywhere, I assure you, he is at my place. Taxi! Taxi! Oh, you believe that? I believe that he loves me. That he barely knew you in your fantasizing relationship that is probably an isolated drunken encounter. Isolated? Isolated? Hey, this girl does not have one-night stands. Every guy I have ever slept with, and we are way into double digits here, has come back for more. Every single one. You want to get me, right? Okay, give it a try, give it a try. Let's go, let's go. Bob and me, honey, Bob and me. Who dresses you anyway? Okay.
Talk about dingbats. They'll lead us right to him.
Taxi! 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 No, wait just a minute. Wait just a minute. All right, okay. You insist. Michael is at your apartment. I think he's at mine, so we'll go to both. If he's at your place, which I doubt, then I will tell him goodbye and good riddance. If, on the other hand, he's at mine, you will find yourself a nice biker and compare tattoos.
That's you're playing there with a girl that we haven't seen very much of here, except in Cheers, which is a very successful television thing.
Yes. Shelley Long, yeah.
And you think she's got a future in film?
I actually think she does. She fills a niche that has been void for a long time. She's a beautiful girl who's also very, very funny. Yeah. And so I think she probably will go a long way.
What did you like about the part in Outrageous Fortune?
Well, it's so vulgar. And yet she's kind of not an unattractive character. She gets to wear not bad clothes, for a change. You know, when I made Ruthless People, I did not have a full-length mirror in my trailer, and I had no idea what I looked like. And in fact, I didn't really know what I looked like until I saw the picture at a screening, and I just was devastated. I thought, well, it's over now. Too many pounds. You just went one step too far, Miss Midler.
But you actually, I mean, if we can go back to Ruthless People, you lost weight.
I did.
On that movie.
I did.
And tremendously.
I did.
How did you do that?
I took off the fat suit. Come on now. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I took off the fat suit, and it's all, special effects. Actually, it wasn't special effects. I had a couple of suits where, I had the very fat suit, and then I had the medium fat suit, and then I had the somewhat fat
kidding.
suit.
I mean, I thought you were kidding. I was really going to compliment you on losing the weight.
Taxi! I actually did have to get into good shape for that picture, though, because I had to do the exercise.
Yeah.
And I had to really hang from the pipes and really do those sit-ups. And actually, the best things that I did, they wouldn't let me do. My trainer, I had this trainer who was deeply insane, and he got me to do a 3-chair push-up. Very, very impressive. And hurt. Oh, it hurt.
Can you do that?
Well, I can't do it now, but I could do it. I can't. I don't have the right shoes, dear.
And we find it. But people make that excuse all the time when I have to do 3-chair push-ups. Anyway, we're glad that you came to see us.
Thank you.
And maybe next time, you might even sing for us if you came.
What would you like me to sing?
I love the roll and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's my exercise.
Yeah.
Some say love it is a river that drowns tender reeds.
I love that song. I love it. It's so sentimental, isn't it, the way you sing it?
Oh, it's a pretty song. No, if I come back, you have to be in the proper, thing. You have to be
ready.
Prepared. Yes.
Of course. We'll have a 36-piece orchestra for you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bette Midler, ladies and gentlemen.